If you're an athlete, you know the greatest motivator of all is the fear of letting your teammates down. After all, a team is only as good as its weakest link. So you owe it to those wearing the same jersey as you to be your best every time you step on the field. That's why there's no vape in team. When you vape, you can expose your lungs to toxic chemicals that can damage your lungs. If you're a step behind, the team's a step behind. Brought to you by The Real Cost and the FDA.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I am going to be talking about space video games. Because, recently I have been on a little bit of a, what is it usually called when you're like doing a lot of something? Not a spree, because I feel like spree would be more so like a shopping spree. Because one of the games I did get, it was a free game and stuff, and a binge play. I felt it up. Yeah, maybe I might have just came up with something. Maybe I should just call it a binge play. But anyways, regardless, I have been playing a few. I can't say a whole lot. I played 3. All right, I'm gonna say 3, and I'm gonna be talking mainly on these 3 games. But I might mention some like honorable mentions and stuff. Like I feel like there's been some other space games that I've played where it's like, oh, okay, like it's a decent space game. But the thing is this though, like I feel that the developers are making space games way too difficult. I'm saying, like, I played EVE Online. EVE Online seemed like it was a decent game until the game had crashed on me. So at that point, I just wrote that game off because I'm like, I'm not trying to have it where every time when I play that game, the game just abruptly crashes. I'm trying to think, what did I even do for the game to crash? Like, I can't remember whether I was changing the graphics or I just did something, but I did something. It's just a common thing that you'll do in a video game. Like I can't remember exactly what it was, but I know it's a common thing that you do in a video game, and it just out of nowhere crashed. All right. So then I ended up playing. There's this one game called X4 Foundation. The controls on that game, no, don't get me wrong. The tutorial, I feel like it does explain overall a lot. But it is explaining a lot. And I'm like, bruh, you guys don't even need all of this stuff. You guys need just like spaceship functions, just going forward, going backwards, up, down, changing the camera view. That's it. That's all that I need to know. They're telling me, oh, you gotta do this. Now you gotta do that. Now you gotta go over here. Now you gotta do this. The tutorial, how long did I play that game? Because I feel like I played that game for a significant amount of time. Where is that game at? Because I'm telling you that, I had to say that was probably the longest tutorial I've ever played in my whole life. They don't even let you know, probably that. I played that game for, I guess that means like half an hour or something like that, 0.5, so I imagine half an hour and stuff, but yeah, that was a long half an hour. I was like, nah, bruh, I'm getting tired of this, like, and I'm supposed to remember all this stuff. That's the crazy thing about it. I'm supposed to remember all of this stuff in the first half hour that they have you playing. But you know what? And here's the thing, though. I feel like because they're speeding through it. They're going over so much. I'm trying to remember all these different things. Then I end up playing Elite Dangerous. So in order, I played Elite Dangerous first. Then I played EVE Online. And then I played X4 Foundation. And when I played Elite Dangerous, bro, it's a game where it's like, I really want to give it a chance, but at the same time, it's like, fam, I'm not trying to say it, because it's like they have you go through a tutorial, but you're pretty much supposed to like guess what the tutorial is, but like you got to pretty much like look it up online, if not press every single button on your keyboard and mouse. And then overall, I guess, just try to figure it out and things. So yeah, start out small, start with the mouse, press every button on the mouse, and then work your way to the keyboard and stuff. And maybe, just maybe, it might work. But oh my god, bro, I was like, man, this is starting to get frustrating. And it's like, I'm just trying to play me a good old-fashioned space game. Like, see, here's the thing. This is what I overall liked about Elite Dangerous, was that it's this big old giant open world space game where they have you doing some sort of combat, like just going up against random people. And I'm like, fam, I love the idea of that game where it's like, it's kind of like in the fashion of and that's something that I guess I would really like to play if it's something like the Division, but a space version. And I feel like Elite Dangerous is like, that's the closest that we're going to get to it. Because I don't think they have like numerous enemies. I don't think they got like a gang of enemies. Hold on for a second. Let me look it up. Elite Dangerous enemies. I misspelled enemies, but anyways, Thargoid. What is a Thargoid? Oh, I think that's like one of the aliens where it's like it'll like land on the planet and then it'll start just like tearing up stuff and things. So they got like some sort of like alien life. I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it in things. But other than that, yeah, they just have it where it'll just be like some like random NPCs that's trying to attack you. And I like that. I think that that's dope. But I'm like, at the same time, I'm like, fam, you have to have simplified controls. You have to understand, like, there are people that are going to be playing this game for the first time, and they're not going to have an understanding of what to do in that game. And then with some honorable mentions, like, there's this one game called Everspace where I was like, okay, that's a decent game. You got No Man's Sky, where that game, it's a decent game. It's just that with the alien life, they kind of just make that stuff look creepy. You know, like when I go to sleep at night, I try to sleep good. I don't try to like have no images of stuff that's like creepy looking in a video game, because then I ain't gonna be able to sleep. I'm like, nah, people gotta understand that when you have like creepy looking things in the game, that's hard for a person. At least for me, it's hard for me to go to sleep when I be seeing like some old weird creatures, and it's like, bruh, I ain't trying to have that image in my head before I go to sleep. I'm not trying to have it where I be having dreams about that, and I wake up in sweats because I'm like, bro, what kind of dream was that? It ain't like the dream is gonna scare me, but just in the, like when you're dreaming, it's like, you know, it seems like, yeah, it's like a subconscious like what do you call it? It's like, yeah, it's like a secondary mind almost, you know. So I ain't trying to deal with all that. I ain't trying to deal with all that at all. That's why I like Elite Dangerous, because it's just a chilled, solid game. But at the same time, it's like the controls is crazy. And I was even talking to one of my friends about this. This is guy. He actually works at this retro game store. If you've been following me on Twitch, you know I've been playing a lot of different like retro games from like PlayStation 1, 2, and 3, Xbox, OG Xbox, Xbox 360. What are some other OG games? Yeah, it's like been mainly that. But anyways, so I was telling him about it, and then that's when he told me about EVE Online, and he was telling me like all these different crazy things that happened with this game. Like, I guess like that game, it was like facing a lot of controversy. Like, it was an all-out war that happened at some point in time in that game. Oh yeah, he was telling me all these different things to the point where it was brought up that a whole documentary has been done about that game. So I was like, oh, I feel like when stuff like that, when it doesn't happen, then yeah, you already know, yeah, this game is crazy. I gotta check this game out. So I was curious about that game until it crashed on me, and I'm like, bro, I don't even get that. Like, I don't get that at all. It's like, how's it, this game's been out for years, bro. Hold on for a second. Let me see how long this game has been out, because this game's been out for a fat minute. But I mean, it is a free game, so I will give it that. But this game came out in 2003. My thing is this: a game that came out in 2003 should not be crashing in no 2024. I'm saying this game is 21 years old. It should not. Any days where it was supposed to be crashing, it should have crashed a long time ago. In this day and age where I got a top tier computer, it should not be crashing, bro. I'm just saying. But anyways. But yeah, he was telling me all about that the whole thing that was going on with that game, and I'm like, man, this sounds crazy. But then yeah, then it was like playing it, and it seemed like the controls and everything was like decent and stuff. Like, it was stuff that I could like easily remember. But it's like, the thing is this: if you really sit down and be playing space games, then I feel like that, oh, okay, like games like this, it's just gonna be a walk in the park. But it's like, when you're somebody like me, when you're playing a bunch of different video games, from racing games, shooter games, strategy games, I'm trying to think of some other like games. Like, I'm playing like a bunch of different genres at the same time. Like, if I show you guys my library, it ain't just like one genre. It ain't just two genres. No, it's multiple genres. But I got a house flipper game. I got a racing. So yeah, I got House Flipper 2. I got Gran Turismo Sport. What's underneath it? Armored Core 6. What are some other games that I have? A garden game, Hitman. Let me just open up Steam real quick. Where are some games I got on Steam? American Truck Simulator, Body Cam, Chef Life, Contractville. What are some other ones? New Star GP. I'm naming off like a lot of different driving games, but anyway, Skier Ritual. That's like this, like it's kind of like a round-based zombie game. Helldivers 2. What are some other games I done played? Fam, I done played a lot of different games, so you're expecting me to play all these different games, and then on top of that, remember the controls for one game? and that's Elite Dangerous, knowing that a person, my thing is this, how many gamers out there play just one game? I feel like that even if, like, let's say for an example, if you're a streamer, right, and you stream one game and one game only, and let's say it's Call of Duty Warzone, I guarantee and I promise you, them same people also play different games. They're not just playing Call of Duty Warzone. No, they're playing a bunch of different games. So my thing is this. How is a gamer supposed to remember all the controls that they're supposed to remember for that particular game? And even if it is just that one game, but how am I supposed to remember the controls for that one game and then remember the controls for it? And I'm going back and forth between these two games. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, bruh, Elite Dangerous games like that, it has to be simplified. It has to be simple for people like myself, where if I am new to this game, it should just be quick, like, small buttons, or just like you open up a menu and then it just kind of like does some things for you. Like, they need to have like a easy, medium, hard settings. But it's like games don't really be having that nowadays. It's like, no, if you get into our game, it's just going to be challenging right from the jump. Like, if I could just sit down and just tell you guys my experience with Elite Dangerous. So, I buy the game. Actually, you know what? No, I take that back. Years ago, years and years and years, well, okay, maybe not years and years and years ago, like 2016 type years ago, right? So, I actually still have this video up when I very first played Elite Dangerous. How long is this video? Because the majority of the video was just me trying to figure out how to fly a spaceship in that game. Now, I think, because I'm trying to think, did I fly a spaceship? I honestly can't remember, because it's like, there's just so many different things that games be having you do, and it's like, bro, I'm trying to remember all this stuff and things. So anyways, Elite Dangerous, I spent 35 minutes playing that game, and I guarantee and I promise you, it was probably 30 minutes of me trying to figure out my spaceship, and then 5 minutes of me actually going around and exploring. Probably less than that. Probably 30-something minutes, and then a few minutes of me just going out and exploring. But so anyways, I played that game a long time ago. I found it extremely difficult, and I found it extremely challenging. And this was on the console, by the way, right? So anyways, I go and years later, just not too long ago, I decided, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get it on PC, because they came out with this DLC where it has like this, like it's pretty much like a brand new video game. It's called Odyssey and stuff. I think it's like just supposed to be some story things. But anyways, I go out and I get that, and I'm like, oh, this should seem cool. This should seem chill and things. Now, I think maybe because I am playing it on PC, it was a little bit easier starting up the like spaceship and things and flying around. But at the same time, I'm like, bro, what was it? The mission. That's what it that was overall the challenge and stuff. Just trying to select a mission and go to the location where the mission is at. Now, there is one space game that I did play where, in my opinion, that is a pretty easy space game, and it's probably, I don't know how many people worked on Elite Dangerous, but probably the reason why this is such an easy game, because it was only one person working on it, and this is a video game called Spaceborne 2. Now that, in my opinion, is like one of the better, like, I guess, easier space games, because, yeah, they're not having all this, like, over the top, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. It's pretty simple, it's pretty easy, pretty fun, too. All the different things that I was doing in that game, I was like, I should just go back and just play that game all over again. But, yeah, man, it's like, they have it where you're doing all this extra stuff, and it's like, bruh, I'm not trying to do all this. I'm just trying to, like, play a game and have fun. I think that's what a lot of developers be forgetting, is that I understand you're trying to make a game and make it look like the best possible video game ever, but you have to understand that gamers are playing this. Not actual, if there's somebody from NASA or one of them space station type people that are playing that game, okay, cool, that is 100% on them. But my thing is this, the majority of the people that are playing Elite Dangerous, EVE Online, X4 Foundation, Spaceborne 2, I'm trying to think of some other space, Everspace, No Man's Sky, where are some other space games out there? I feel like there has to be some other ones and stuff. Let's just look up like Space Sims. Alright, let's just look up space. And currently right now, Elite Dangerous is sitting at a mixed rating, and it's like, yeah, because you guys got too much stuff going. Starfield, where are some other space-like games out there? What's this, Homeworld 3? I might have to look into that game. No, I don't want to look in. Well, no, that game, it might be. Well, no, because it got a mixed rating too. This game's rated M, and it looked like it was a rated M game. What they got going on? Homeworld 3 isn't a bad game. It's just a bad Homeworld game. I ain't going fool with that. It looked cool though, but it's just, yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, nope, I ain't going fool with it. But where are some other video games I feel like I left off? Helldivers, I mean, I guess that could be a space. I mean, it is, but at the same time, what's this Anomaly Escape? It's like a $5 game. I don't know, bro. I feel like with some games, it's like you could trust it. Then there's other games where it's like, I don't know, bro. Let's look at the top rated games. Among Us is considered a, well, I mean, I guess, but it's not like the space game that I'm thinking about. Planet Crafter is a really good space game, but I mean, they more so focus you on the planet. It's not like you're traveling all over the place. They should have it where you're traveling all over the place. I think that actually would be a solid idea for them to add that to the game. But all those different games that I named off, it's like, gamers are playing that game. It ain't like, my thing is this, like I say, if there's people behind NASA that is working or playing those games, and it's like, okay, they're playing it, but I even imagine that they probably want just simple games too. It's like, bro, I ain't trying to come home and do like work with a video game. It's like, I'm just trying to play me a game. I'm just like, just trying to have it where I press a button, spaceship launches, I go and want to do a mission. It's just an easy, or like, just quick, whatever. Like, yeah, quick fly to the mission and things. Cool. See some enemies, shoot them up, go back, collect whatever loot or whatever things I need to collect, get back on my spaceship. Yeah, the funny thing is like, people, they always complain about like video games when they're repetitive and stuff, and I'm like, fam, we need that. We need repetitiveness. We need stuff like that, because my thing is this, when I feel like developers will hear that and they're all like, well, I don't want my game to be repetitive. So they make the game as challenging as it can be, and then it ends up not doing so good. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, people, you gotta stop complaining about stuff like that. You gotta stop complaining about games being repetitive, because then developers see stuff like that. Because I ain't never had an issue with a game being repetitive. I played racing games. So like, one space game that I played where I feel like if it is considered a repetitive game, then it is. But Destiny, I mean, I wish they would have it where it's like you're flying around in a spaceship and you're actually doing some things and going to different like planets, like how it would be like in Starfield or Elite Dangerous, stuff like that, you know? Maybe if they do come out with another Destiny game, they should do that and things. I think that could save the series if they really did some different stuff with the game and things. But anyways, but no, like, what was I was getting ready to say something things with that game with Destiny and stuff. But overall though, I guess, like, yeah, I can't remember. I'm just gonna improvise. But Destiny, in my opinion, that will overall be an easy space game. It doesn't need to be like that. It could be in the same fashion as Elite Dangerous, but at the same time, it's like, fam, games like that need to be easy, or at least it needs to be more welcoming to a player that's new to the game. But I'm like, bruh, it's like I go into games like that and I'm all like, oh, I'm already supposed to be knowing of this stuff. Well, how is that when I've never even played these types of games before? And then when I did, I'm confused by it. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro, like, space games need to be easier. They need to be a lot easier, bro. And I'm like, because I'm telling you, some of this, like, the games that I've been playing recently, I'm like, bro, I can't even do it no more. I'm like, bro, it is way too much. But no, I'm still gonna try to, I really don't want to, like, play that much of Elite Dangerous, but at the same time, it's like, I really don't have that much time, with the game. I guess, like, if I were to, get my money back, it's like, if I were to play this game, it's like, it'll probably, yeah, I'm gonna be figuring out some more stuff, so I would like to get my money back, but at the same time, I want to, like, give this game a chance. But it's just, man, it's a difficult game where I'm like, bro, it doesn't need to be difficult. Like, you very well can make this game easy, and I promise you, people will like it. They will enjoy it. I will enjoy it, alright? So, but anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe if you're viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on podcast streaming service. Thank you guys, and peace.